What's up?
Good stuff. How you guys?
I'm fine. And you, Avish?
How's it, sir? How's it, sir? How's it, UV? Hope you guys are well.
Hey, bro.
Yeah, the festive season is upon us, guys. 1st of December, lots of
Mhm.
cricket action on the go. Can't
Yeah.
wait to get into it.
Okay, starting with the cricket now. Yuvi, were you pleasantly surprised that India pulled something off the Australians by 295 runs?
I must be honest. I was surprised, but then I looked at the Australian team and I wasn't.
Mhm. Okay.
And
Anything else you want to add from that?
very simple. I don't think
Uh-huh.
Australia have put their strongest 11 on the park.
Okay, Avish, what were your thoughts?
Yeah, I'll be honest with you guys. I was actually blown away by this performance from India. I thought it was so clinical. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
watching that day 150 on the board, I thought to
Mm,
myself, you know what, geez, Australia are going to come in and score 180 for
mm,
three at the end of the
mm,
day. But the way the Indian bowlers came out, and especially Bumrah, I
mm,
mean, kept it leading from the front. He
mm,
absolutely blew this Australian top order away, Sid. I
mm-hmm.
mean, that was one devastating spell, hey. And yeah, there was no way back for Australia from then. Hey, I can only imagine Australia winning probably one session in this match, which was
Mm,
the first session on day one, and
yeah.
thereafter it was all India. It was all India. But having said that, I agree what UV is saying. Hey, I mean, there's a lot of Aussie players that are out of form in that lineup
Mm, mm,
that can't buy a run at the moment. That can't buy a
mm,
run.
mm,
Um, the youngster McSweeney. I had my doubts about him, eh?
mm-hmm.
And I mean, for such a big series to blood a youngster,
Mm,
uh, it's a big one, eh? It's a tough one.
mm-hmm.
Um, obviously looking, prior to the series and prior to Australia selecting their side, I was thinking maybe Constas or
Mm,
probably go back to one of the more experienced guys like Harris or Bancroft.
Bancroft.
But for some
Yeah,
reason,
yeah, yeah.
Australia don't wanna mention the name Bancroft in their lineup for some reason. I mean,
Yeah,
I know there's some history there. We all know
yeah,
about it, but
yeah.
I mean, for a major series like this, you've got to have your most
Mm,
experienced squad.
mm,
Look, I think the way India batted in that second innings
mm,
was something to behold. I mean,
mm,
they wore the Australian bowlers down. I mean, the
mm,
likes of Hazelwood, Cummins, and Stark, and even Lyon as well. I mean, they didn't have an answer. But I think the major problem with Australia, said also
mm-hmm.
UV, they must see Cameron Green big time, yeah, big time, because I mean he brings balance to this team, and also he can be rotated as the fourth seamer. So I mean, for that pace attack, I mean for that bowling attack, as good as they
Mm-hmm.
are. I mean, if you're going to be bowling a lot of overs, if you're going to be bowling 25 overs in an innings, you really are going to burn out. So I think Green is a massive loss for Australia,
Mm-hmm.
and it's going to be interesting to see how they bounce back from this. Eh? But dare I say, don't ever write off the Aussies when their backs are to the walls because they somehow play
Um,
their best cricket. I mean, I was writing them off last year's World Cup after
Mm,
losing two games, the opening two
mm,
games, and we all know what happened.
mm.
So,
Yeah,
uh,
don't remind me.
I must be honest.
Uh-huh.
From my perspective, the issue
Mm-hmm.
here
Mm-hmm.
is yes, the Australian batting was really bad.
Mm,
There's no doubt about that.
mm,
Avish is 100% right. The Indians wore them down with the bowling
mm,
attack. However, I don't think this bowling attack that they put on the park
mm-hmm.
has penetration. I don't believe it has penetration. So I don't. You made the comment. This is the only thing I disagree with. As good
Okay.
as this Australian attack is, I don't think this
Mm-hmm.
Australian attack is that good.
Interesting.
Kai
Okay.
Richardson, Lance Morris, they should
Uh-huh.
be in that team. Sorry,
And but like, who would you replace though for those two bowlers that you just mentioned?
Kai Richardson and Lance Morris. I would
is
go
it
with.
Jai Richardson,
I,
Yubi? Is it Jai Richardson?
uh, yeah, sorry, Rai
I think it's
Richardson.
Jai Richardson.
Um,
Yeah.
so I would take out what's his name, Josh Hazelwood,
Okay.
and I would take out honestly, on the pitch that they played, I would take out Ethan Lyon. You don't need a spinner there.
Interesting. So, Yuvi, for Adelaide, do you expect Australia to bounce back and equal the series 1-0 so far?
If they make the right selection decisions, yes. If not, India could wipe them out.
Okay, because I know Michael Vaughan had mentioned that on Prairie Fire that if Australia win the toss, he expects them to take advantage of it batting first and then bowling at night because the pitch does a lot of weird things. And I don't know if you concur with that, Avish, that if Australia win the toss and they bat first, they might have an edge in Adelaide.
Yeah, I mean, I think they haven't lost a test match in Adelaide, a day-night test match. So
No, I don't think they have. They're the champions of
the
that.
yeah, so the ping ball under lights is definitely going to be a challenge. I do think that's going to be a lot more closer of a test match, eh? I think it's going to be a low scoring game, to be honest with you, because the Adelaide test matches are not very high scoring because of the ping ball and how the ball moves around the net. But just to add on what Yuvi said, he made some great points there. Look, this Australian attack is a good attack, but it's an aging attack. It's an aging attack. And if I look at Australia in the next couple of years, they're in big trouble. This test team is in big trouble. Because if you look at Stark, he's 34 years old. Hazelwood, early 30s. Cummins, early 30s. Lyon, probably. I'm just calling it out here. I think that next year's action is probably going to be Lyon's last series for Australia.
Yeah.
I don't think Lyon is going to play thereafter because he's going to be 38 years of age.
Well, if they're smart, this should be his last series.
But I mean, you know how important how important the Ashes is to the Aussies as well. So that's going to be a great series compared to how England are playing at the moment. We will go back. We'll go into detail with that a little later. But look, this team, this attack lacked penetration. So definitely the changes need to be made. Lance Morris, I've heard so many good things about him. I do hope he gets his opportunity because I think the news going out now is that Hazelwood is not fit for the second test. So there you go. There you go. So it's going to be interesting who they bring in here. But I honestly, my opinion, I think they're going to bring in Boland. They're going to bring in Scotty Boland because I think he's playing that warm-up game in Canberra at the moment against the Indian. So most probably it's going to be Boland.
Okay, but Avish, do you think Australia are going to bounce back in Adelaide, or do you think India is going to continue on their merry way?
I mean, an Aussie team, especially at home, being humble like this. I mean, you've got to expect a response. I mean, a bigger nation is. I mean, you can't expect them to lose two on the bounce in this kind of fashion. But I mean, I agree with you. They don't get the selection right. I mean, India look at this Australian team. I look at the Australian banner and say to themselves, they're there for the taking. This Australian team is there for the taking. The batting looks brutal. I mean, some of the guys can't buy a run in that game. I mean, if you look at Labuschagne, I mean, he can't even hit the ball of the square, guys. Let's be honest, he can't even hit the ball of the square at the moment. He's playing, I mean, that innings in the first innings where he scored 2 or 52, that's probably the most painful kind of innings you can watch. I mean, there was so much of playing and missing. He looked all sorts. I mean, guys, 52 balls at the crease. Surely you could score a boundary of if you play 52 balls. I mean, you've done the bulk of the work, man. You've all done all of the hard work, like sticking there for your team.
I got to play devil's advocate here because you're 100% right, Avish. You're 100% right. However, if the Australians struggle that badly with a good bowling attack, the Indians should have struggled just as badly. If the Australian bowling attack was better, the Indians should have struggled just as badly.
Yeah.
I want to put another spin on this as well.
Okay.
The Australian bowling attack is good, but they're also one-dimensional. They're also one-dimensional. When I say one-dimensional,
there's no pace. There's no pace.
There's no
That's
pace.
the problem.
I mean, if you look at Cummins and if you look at Hazelwood, they kind of offer the same things, Yuvi. It's the same kind of pace and the same kind of areas. So all you got to do is you just got to see them out. And I think Jaiswal, I mean, to me, the man of the match, and what an innings from him. I mean, he's the most exciting thing in Indian cricket at the moment. If you look at the way KL Rahul and Jaiswal played this Aussie bowling attack, they wore them down. They didn't care about the run rate. I think at times they were going at 2.5 and over. And this modern age, that's kind of slow, guys. But I mean, they didn't care. All they cared about was wearing this Australian attack down. And then once they wore them down on the day two, day three, they were catching in. They were catching in big time because the Aussies, they lost their control. They lost the areas where they were bowling. I mean, they were all over the place. And I mean, come with the man, King Kohli. I mean, that was a good knock. But I do feel that opening partnership laid the foundations so that Kohli and the likes of
Yeah.
Nitish Reddy could go and play their national game. So it's going to be interesting.
Good,
Eh? I expect Australia to respond, but I don't know if they're going to win. I expect them to
but
respond,
good,
but I don't know if they're going to win.
good, good point though. Nitish Kumar Reddy, well done. Honestly, well done to the guy. Brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Great all-round sprint.
Okay, UV, let's talk about this next segment here. South Africa beating Sri Lanka by 232 runs. Did you expect this kind of performance by South Africa after they got bowled for 191, UV?
No, no. Honestly, well done to them. Well played, no doubt. Sri Lanka, do yourselves a favor, go home and hide somewhere. Yeah. Yeah. No, seriously.
But do you expect Sri Lanka to bounce back in the second test? Because I know you had predicted 1-0 before we did this, before the series started. Or do you think is it going to win 2-0?
I think SA have done the right thing. They've actually gone in with a team that is suited to those conditions. So yeah, don't be surprised if they take it 2-0. Yeah.
And UV, I think you have to owe us lunch if that happens, eh?
That's not a problem. I can do that. I don't have an issue.
Okay,
Actually, we can
Pardon?
come right here where I am right now. Musgrave Center. It's a nice little coffee shop. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Well, let's see. Well, let's wait for SA to win 2-0 because South Africa can delightfully surprise us. Avish, your thoughts, man?
Yeah, I mean, what a performance! What a performance! I'll be honest with you guys. I mean, I was a bit skeptic after SA scored 191, because I mean,
Yeah.
there were a lot of guys that got stars but didn't kick on. I mean, stubs. But I mean, you know what, guys? I mean, Bavuma, he gets a lot of unnecessary kind of flack on social
Yeah.
media,
Yeah.
and sometimes unfairly so. But I mean, this was a performance from the captain, guys. I mean, 70 in our first innings when conditions were tough,
Yeah.
and then 100 in that second innings. I mean, he really led from the front. He really led from the front as captain with a bat. But I mean, I was there on day two, guys, so I watched this
Okay.
live, and that spell from Marco in that first innings was something to behold. I mean, it was special. It was really, really special to see that live and in the flesh. So, I mean, uh, CSA were looking at these two guys, especially Marco and Gerald. They wanted to get them nice and fit for the summer. If you recall, they didn't play in Bangladesh. They didn't play in the West Indies. And I mean, they planned really well. They planned really well. Marco is feeling a lot fitter, with the rest, and I think his stocks have gone up. I think his stocks have gone up. He showed he belongs at this level as a bowler. That was a brilliant performance. And yeah, Sri Lanka 42 all out in that first innings, a lot to be desired. I mean,
Yeah.
so many loose strokes, and yeah, that's ultimately where the game was lost. Let's be honest.
Definitely. Definitely.
There was no way in hell back from that. So
Yeah.
clinical win by SA, and I think they'll be very disappointed if they don't make it 2-0 in PE.
Who do you think they're gonna put as the bowling option for Miller?
Mulder.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be an interesting one. That's going to be an interesting one because I mean, Mutasami. I mean, he played pretty well in that second test against Bangladesh, so that's an option. But I'm not sure the St George's wicket historically is good for spinners, but things have changed
Okay.
in the last couple of years. So I got a feeling they might bring in Dave Patterson for some reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dave Patterson. So, but I mean, this Test team is on the right track. They're playing some good cricket. They're playing some good cricket at the moment. So yeah, may it long continue.
But then Avish, I forgot, Kutsia could also not play, so you could have two replacements. So it's quite easy. You'll have Dane Patterson, and then you have Mutusami.
Yeah, there is some doubts about Kutsia. There is some doubts. Look, it hasn't been confirmed as yet, so the medical staff are
Okay.
trying to patch him up.
Okay.
I hope he does play. I hope he does play because I think you need those kind of characters as well in your team. You need that a bit of patience sometimes.
I have one question. Where
Sure.
in the world is Anrik Nokia?
I think he's not playing Test cricket at the moment. I think he's kind of excused himself from Test cricket. I don't know if that's correct.
The only bowler in the country that can top 150 and he's not playing Test cricket?
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
the problem is
so
these T20 leagues. The problem of these T20 leagues, I think.
yeah, see the
So,
problem with Nokia Yogi, and said obviously he didn't take a national contract. He turned down a
Okay.
national contract, so he's not really eligible. So he wants to obviously try and maximize his playing time,
Earnings.
which I'm
Yeah.
not really happy with. Which I'm not really
Yeah.
happy with, and
Hmm.
I feel we owe it to the cricketers that want to play Test cricket,
Hmm.
and you give them those opportunities. And guys that are not really focused on playing Test cricket, you know, make it an example that they've got to fight their way into this team. They just can't, walk into this team.
Hmm.
So look, I think yesterday I've got to build a team with the players that they do have, and I do think there's a lot of talent in this team, and I hope they can only grow from strength to strength. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, it would have been something to see Nokia,
Hmm.
bowling 145, 150, as you said. He is one of the fastest bowlers in the country, along with Kutsia.
well, he's up there
So
with the top in the world. He's up there with the
yeah,
fastest in the world.
absolutely. When it comes to really cracking it up, I mean, we're talking of the likes of Mark Wood, and I'm just thinking which other bowlers can bowl 150 around the world. Not many, eh? Okay, Harish Rao,
Alzari Joseph.
Hmm.
Harish Rao, Azari Joseph. You see, I mean, that is an absolute gold dust for a team. I mean, a
Hmm.
bowler that can bowl like 95 to 100 miles an hour. That's something special.
But here's
So
the thing that gets me is there's so
Hmm.
many of them around the world right now, but
Hmm.
their countries don't want to play them. It makes no sense to me.
I think because they're erratic, maybe.
That doesn't matter. If you can get wickets, give
Hmm.
away a few runs and get your wickets. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I guess you do have a
I
point. Okay,
agree.
you.
I I,
Okay.
I,
You,
I agree with
oh.
you. I think a 150 kilometers per hour bowler is an enforcer. So you use him an
Hmm.
enforcer. I mean, don't care
Hmm.
if he goes for runs as long as he takes wickets. And I
Hmm.
mean, a 150 plus against the tail. I mean, here's a guy that can clean the tail up with that kind of
Hmm.
pace.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, UV, let's talk about England tour of New Zealand. As you can see, they won by 8 wickets. I think you had predicted England to win the series 2-1 before it started. So hopefully you're on the right track, UV. So what was your thoughts on this match?
As I expected, England, that bowling attack, I mean, you just mentioned Mark Wood. They've got pace, they've got
Hmm.
enforcers, they've got guys that can rattle any batting order in the world. And you put them up against any team in the world, they've got a chance. There's no doubt.
Yeah. Okay, Avish, you concur with UV?
No, absolutely. I mean, what I like about this England side, apart from the pace,
Hmm.
they play such positive cricket, guys. I
Hmm.
mean, if you look at that innings against New Zealand, especially that first innings, I
Hmm.
mean, that was 499. They scored that in almost 100 overs. That was superb. And Ha- Harry Brook, Harry Brook. I just
Yeah.
want to mention something. I think he's right up there with probably one of the best number fives in the world
Hmm.
at the moment. I mean, the way he can take a game on, Sid, is
Hmm.
something to behold. I mean, he really took the attack to the Kiwis here.
Hmm.
What is 171 off 197 balls, 15 fours and three sixes. So he took the
Hmm.
game to them. That partnership with Pope and
Hmm.
Brook, ultimately won them this game. And can you just scroll up a
Hmm.
bit there? I think there
Sure.
was another handy partnership as well. Yeah, okay. Stokes and
Oh, Stokes. Okay, hold a second.
sorry.
Yeah.
Can you just yeah,
80,
okay.
yeah.
So Captain Stokes as well. I mean that was a really important
Hmm.
score as well of 80. So yeah, I mean I think New Zealand were a bit shell shocked in this game, eh? The way England
Hmm.
actually came out and Bryce Cass. I mean, what a game for him. I mean, he was superb. He was really, really superb with the ball in the first innings and the second innings. Absolutely clinical performance from England. And I got a feeling we might have to change our prediction, yes, sir, with regards to the series because New Zealand, to me, I feel they are a bit conservative in the way they play, and any team that plays England that are conservative are going to end up getting beaten and get
But
beaten very badly, which
Yuvi,
is
let's be yeah. And I mean, Avish, but to be brutally honest, New Zealand's fielding was just pathetic. I mean, had they caught their chances, this result could have been a lot more closer than what it looks. So I think New Zealand will come back if they field a lot better. But this is my opinion. Otherwise, I think you might be onto something. I don't know if you concur with me, Yuvi, on that one.
I didn't watch the match, I must be honest. So,
Okay.
Assuming what Sid is saying is correct and the fielding was bad, New Zealand's a side that can fight. Don't get me wrong; they can fight against anyone in the world. They will always make it close if they're up to par, and they can turn it around. There's no doubt. But this England team, I think they just got too much for them.
I concur with you, Yubi. I just feel this England side, they actually on another level, the way they playing the game. And New Zealand, I think the only way New Zealand can stay in the game, stay in any of these remaining games, is actually try and bowl England out quite cheaply. Because I mean, if England score over 400 in every game, I think it's going to be difficult for them. But it's also the way England score those runs. I mean, they score those runs like almost 4.5 to 5 and over. So what it does is it gives their bowlers enough time to make and to really influence the game as such. So yeah, it's going to be tough. But I mean, New Zealand are a very gritty side. They can always come back. But if England continue to play the way they're playing, they're going to be hard to stop. But yeah, I mean, getting to that fielding set, I mean, that was atrocious. The number of block catches in that game, it was horrible, absolutely horrible.
And New Zealand
And New Zealand like, absolutely. I mean, this is a team that does the basics so well. So it was so uncharacteristic of them to drop so many catches, and some of them were absolute dollies. So I'm not sure what was going on there.
That's why I think that they feel a lot better. That's why I feel, Avish, if they feel a lot better, maybe they could make a comeback in the second test. Then we have a beautiful decider going into Hamilton. I don't know if you concur with that, Avish.
Yeah, absolutely. I think at the moment it would be difficult for them to make the WTC final. Based on this result, because they needed to win this game. They needed to win the series 3-0, and we both concurred that I mean it's going to be difficult to whitewash England in a series because I mean the way England play. I mean there's always a result in England somehow, and this was a game where they actually showed it. So I think England. I think the biggest problem with England is their own worst enemy at times. They complicate a few games. I think they could have won a lot more test matches, and they could have run India close in India as well. I think there were a couple of games where they really were a bit reckless in their decision making and stuff, and that's what cost them those games. Even if you look at the series in India, I mean, although India won 4-1, there were a lot of close games there as well that could have went either way. So I think England, they need to be a little bit more consistent. I think they're very inconsistent. They're a good team. Don't get me wrong, they're a good team, but they're very inconsistent. So that's what they need to work on.
But are you going to change the prediction, Avish, to England winning the series 2-1 instead of New Zealand 2-1?
It's going to take something special for New Zealand to come back from this, eh?
Okay.
It depends on the pitches, eh? Okay. This could either be 1-1 or 2-1 England.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna stick to New Zealand 2-1, provided they feel a lot better. Otherwise, I'll probably go along with you guys. Their feeling was it's true. Their feeling was so bad. It kind of made England's performance look better, because in the sense that if they didn't drop Brooks so many times, they probably would have had him out early, and then you know what the score would have been like.
I have a question.
Sure.
New Zealand's bowling attack. Adam Milne and Lockie Ferguson, are they there?
Okay.
They're not.
Let's look at.
Oh. There you go. Another team that doesn't want to play its fast bowlers.
Yeah, man, this is becoming the story of fast bowlers not being chosen. It's because we could do a whole episode dedicated on a fast bowler not being
Yeah,
chosen,
I mean,
guys.
I think Lockie is one of the most unluckiest guys there. But I also feel Lockie,
Mm-hmm.
if you can back me up, Sid, yeah, I think
Mm-hmm.
Lockie's a guy that also didn't take a central contract. So I think he's one of those T20
Mm.
merchants, just like Nokia. So they're actually putting profits before national pride,
Yeah.
which is a a very kind of
Mm.
controversial kind of subject, eh? Because I mean,
Yeah.
there's obviously some cricket boards that can pay their players,
Mm. Mm.
the right amount of money to keep them,
Mm-hmm.
especially for Test cricket, and there's some
Mm-hmm.
boards that can't. But yeah, it's disappointing, eh? It's disappointing in a way where you'd wanna pick a franchise over your country, play for your country, which is I
It
think the
is
ultimate.
disappointing.
It's very disappointing where you want to pick a franchise over your country. That's very disappointing because I mean, guys, I mean, let's be honest. 20 years down the line,
Mm-hmm.
nobody's going to care what your stats are in T20 franchise cricket. I mean, that's going
Mm.
to be long forgotten. That's going to be like thrown on the carpet. But your
Mm.
Test record, your ODI, your T20I records, especially your Test and ODI records, that's
Mm-hmm.
gonna stand the test of time. That's gonna put you in among the elite, kind of players. And
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
it's sad that we're living in an age
Yeah.
where franchise cricket has so much of power for
Mm.
players. I just feel
Agreed.
cricket boss needs to pay their players a lot more. Pay
Yeah.
pay them what they deserve so they you can keep them. That's the most important thing.
Agreed. Agreed.
Yeah.
Okay, UV, let's talk about the next series quickly. Right, West Indies won by 201 runs against Bangladesh. What are your thoughts on that, man?
I'm a big supporter of West Indian cricket. You know this.
Okay.
I, 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 I like the West Indies. I think they are one of the few countries in the world that backs youngsters, backs their
Mm-hmm.
newcomers,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm glad to see that. Is it expected?
Mm-hmm.
I guess it depends on the wickets they're playing on. Where are they playing at the moment? In the West
Okay.
Indies.
Yeah.
Yeah, then I expect the West Indies to cream Bangladesh. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a shame that West Indies dropped. The feeling was pathetic yesterday, man. UV, because they dropped so many catches. The scoreline could have been much more than 69 for two. I mean, it could have been a lot worse. I mean, than 69 for two. But anyway, this is the second test, and I'm sure if there's perfect weather today, I'm sure they'll do well. I don't know if you concur with me, Avish, on that.
Yeah, I think expected. I think the Windies bowling attack is really good, man. Especially in that first test as well. I mean, they were superb. So, I mean, no surprises for me. Hey, no surprises for me, Sid, in
Mm-hmm.
terms of the Windies. If you can just go up that, if you can just go, just have a look at that scorecard.
Okay.
Yeah,
I just
let's
want to
have a
have a
look at
look
the
at,
scorecard.
Sure.
yeah, I just want to have a look at that Windies bowling effort because I think the
Okay.
batter set this up. Justin Greaves was it was a great innings from
Okay.
him as
Let's
well.
just let me just go
The
to the bowling
youngster.
of the West Indies here quickly. Okay, that's 269 for 9 declared. Okay, that's
Yeah, I mean, if you look at it, Jaden Seals, to me, Jaden Seals is such an exciting cricketer.
mm-hmm.
I mean, I saw him in the SA series. This guy's got gas. He's got
Mm.
wheels. He's got wheels.
So does
Superb.
Alzari.
So, yeah, Alzari as well. So, what I like about this team, yes, Sid,
Mm-hmm.
and Yubi will concur with me. They're putting faith in their fast bowlers, man. They're putting faith in their fast bowlers. I mean,
That's
Kima
it.
Roj, Jaden Seals, Alzari Joseph, Samad Joseph. That takes
Mm.
you back to the 1980s when they went in with a four-pronged pace attack of Marshall, Garner, Roberts, and I'm just
Yeah,
trying to
the
get the other
reason
guy.
Sid is laughing.
Holding. Yeah. So yeah, this is a country that backs their fast bowlers. It's so nice
Mm.
to see guys like Azari Joseph that want to play
Mm.
Test cricket. So
Of course,
I
yeah.
just think it's a shame. I just think it's a shame that a guy like Nokia doesn't want to play Test cricket or Lockie Ferguson. It's a real
Yeah.
shame, especially when
Yes.
you're playing for good teams. It's a real shame, and yeah. So they thoroughly deserve this win here. So yeah, I mean Kima Roach. I mean even at his age, what is he? He's going to his late 30s. I mean he can really crank it
Mm.
up. So
He's in his mid
yeah,
40s. Yeah.
really, 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 really not
No,
surprised
he
by
can. I mean, he
this.
can get into the mid 140s. Mid 140s.
Mid 140s. No. Correct. And he's got a great in swinger and out swinger. So he's got variety to his bowling attack, bowling as well. So I think the future is looking bright for Windies cricket, especially Windies Test cricket.
As long as they
And
can feel a lot better. As long as they can feel a lot better, man. Yes, they feel like pathetic in the second test match so far.
everyone talks about that win at the Gabba last year against Australia as a fluke. I don't think it was a fluke, man. I thought it was well executed. I think they just took their chances in that game, and Australia didn't. And the Windies didn't have that kind of fast bowling attack. I mean, they wouldn't really be able to win in Australia. So it's proven. It's proven if you have a good fast bowling attack, you can trouble Australia in Australia.
Definitely. And also in that first test against Australia, it was quite close. It wasn't like Australia won so easily in that first test. So it was a very close series. So it was good that it was 1-1 at that time.
Yeah, and obviously now you're looking at the fragility of the Australian batting lineup. It's really getting exposed against a team like India. So, I mean, they got exposed against the Windies. Only God knows what's going to happen in this series. So, yeah, I mean, Australia, they've got to respond. They've got to respond. As I said, I expect them to play a lot better in that second test. I'm not sure if they're going to win it, but I think if they
Not
can,
if they put
if
the
they
same
can get,
side in the park. Not if they put the same side in the park.
well, it's definitely not going to be the same side. But I don't know. I think if you're playing India at the moment, you probably want to go in with a lot more pace, guys. I think Scott Boland.
That's my point.
Yeah, he doesn't have the pace. He doesn't have the pace, guys. He's got the control, but he doesn't have the pace.
Richardson and Morris are two of the fastest bowlers in world cricket. Quicker than Lockie, quicker than Andrick. They can notch it up into the mid to high 150s.
Okay. So is Lance Morris kind of in the Bretley kind of mode, Yugi?
He's more like Sean Tate.
More like Sean Tate.
Wow, that's fast.
And in all honesty, Sean Tate was consistently quicker than Lee. Lee bowled one delivery quicker than Tate, yes. But on a consistent basis, Tate was quicker than Lee.
Wow.
Yeah.
But Avish, do you think West Indies are going to win the series 2-0? Even though yesterday was very reduced by only 30 overs yesterday.
I think they've got enough in the tank to beat Bangladesh. Weather permitting, I think if weather is going to play a part again, I think it probably could end in a draw. I only think that the only thing that can save Bangladesh from a 2-0 series loss is probably the weather. I can't see them beating the Windies in this game. So it's either going to be 1-0 or 2-0 to the Windies.
Pardon? Oh, sorry.
Terrorism could play a part.
What?
Terrorism could play a part.
In West Indies? That is bad, man. I mean, Yuvi, that's bad. That's devilish, man. Oh, God. I'm going to forget you even said that, man. Okay, UV, what were your thoughts on your favorite team, Pakistan, beating Zimbabwe 2-1 in the one-day series?
Isn't it expected? I mean, come on.
Yeah. In fact, I expected Pakistan to beat Zimbabwe 3-0 in the ODI series, but Pakistan do Pakistan things.
Well, let's face it, that's like the sixth-string Pakistan team.
Okay. Yeah, let me look at that team they actually played against Zimbabwe in the third ODI. Yeah, you might have a point, actually. I got Sayam. Yeah, I know most of these players except fine. I don't know the third batsman. Yeah, Ghulam. I don't know. Rizwan. I know.
But look at that bowling attack. That's not the bowling attack coming to South Africa. They're coming with three guys that bowl over 150.
Oh look, your favorite bowler is there. Haris Rauf, your favorite bowler.
Yeah.
Okay, I know they're playing a T20 today, and I expect hopefully Pakistan to beat Zimbabwe in a T20. But considering how delightful the T20 form is, I don't know. Do you concur with that, Avish?
Yeah, I mean, no surprise with the results. I mean, Pakistan winning the series, but I was a bit surprised the way they performed in the first game. But I mean, obviously, UV did allude that they didn't have their strongest side, and I think Zimbabwe benefited from the Duckworth Lewis as well. In that game. So yeah, look, this guy Saim Ayub, this kid is special, eh? This kid is very special. I mean, I saw him in Australia, but I think he's one of the bright young talents coming out of Pakistan at the moment in
Oh.
terms of the batting. It's going to be exciting to see him here in SA in a week or in 2 weeks' time in the white ball series. It's going to be really, really exciting. And I think a lot of people are going to Kingsmead on the 10th of December to see Harish Rao bowl some thunderbolts.
But you know, he's not
in
even
that
the fastest
T20.
bowler. He's not even the fastest bowler in Pakistan anymore.
Okay, who's the fastest bowler?
Yeah, I mean that is
Hasnain.
the talent that's coming out of Pakistan. I mean, they the one thing with Pakistan, they're never going to be short of bowlers. The only problem with Pakistan is the mentality at times. The mentality is the problem with Pakistan, not the talent.
Hasnain is quicker. Hasnain is quicker.
Okay,
Mohammad Hasnain.
Hmm?
Yeah,
that's
this is this is this is a this is a very dangerous bowling attack if they get it right.
uh-huh.
If they get it right, they are very dangerous bowling attack.
Hmm?
Okay, UV, looking at the chess championship table here, as you can see, India is number 1 at the moment. Yesterday it's number 2. I know you had predicted Sri Lanka and which other team to make the finals, UV? Who did you have predicted to make the championship final, UV?
Who was it? I thought it was.
Sri Lanka essay.
Was it? No, I didn't think
think,
SA.
I think you said Sri Lanka and maybe Did you say Sri Lanka and New Zealand? But no, I think you said Sri
No,
Lanka.
definitely not New Zealand. I think it was
Maybe Sri Lanka
Oz.
and Australia. Oh yeah, you're
I
right.
think
You're
it was
absolutely
Oz.
right.
Yeah. I think it was
But now,
Oz. Yeah.
are you wanting to change your prediction on that one, or are you still keeping it to Sri Lanka and Oz, UV?
I'm gonna stick with it. Well, Sri Lanka obviously not, but I think the Aussies. Yeah, probably Oz India. Yeah,
And who would be your second team then?
I'd say Oz India. Yeah. The only reason is because I expect Pakistan to beat SA. That's the only reason.
Controversial. Okay, I'll hold you to that. Avish, what's your prediction now for the Chess Championship final? I know we had predicted Australia and South Africa, but now if India keep playing well, I'm having this hope that we could have an India SA final. Deep inside.
Well, the one thing I don't concur is with UV's prediction with that test series with SA and Pakistan. I think SA are going to win their home test. So they've got 3
I
more
agree
home
with
tests. I
that.
think they're going to win all 3. I
Me
think they're
too.
going to win all 3, and that'll probably get them in. SA.
Yeah.
The second spot is going to be really interesting because India and Australia. I mean, I thought Australia is a foregone conclusion, but given the way
Yeah.
they're playing at the moment, nothing is a foregone conclusion in Australia. So I hate to say this. I could be wrong, but I got a feeling India might just sneak in.
Yay.
I got a feeling India might just sneak in here. I think New Zealand are probably out of it at the moment, sir.
Yeah.
And Sri Lanka as well. I don't think so.
But didn't we say that the Test Championship is still far off the final?
No, it is far off, but I mean, look, I think the next couple of series are probably going to determine who's going to be there. And
where's Pakistan on that list?
Okay, hold on a second. Let me
Pakistan
just,
are out of the mix.
Yeah.
They're not.
Yeah, Pakistan are probably out of the mix there. Yeah.
Yeah, they're number 7, so there's
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're
It's going
out.
to be tough for them.
I think it's between that top 3. It's between that top 3.
It's definitely between the top 3. I think the last couple of results over the last week. If you look at New Zealand had to beat England 3-0. So
yeah.
I think that effectively ends their chances. Sir. I don't know if you agree with me.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
And then
But
Sri Lanka is going to be tough because the problem with Sri Lanka, sir, even if they win in PE, even if they win in PE against SA, they've got to beat Australia 2-0 at home, which I think will be tough. They can't do it. They can't do it. Now, Australia are the ones in with a lot of problems here now because they've got to win 4 of the remaining. How many tests are they winning? So they've got to win essentially 4 of the remaining 6 tests.
Oh yeah, you're
now,
right. Yeah.
Now, let's just say they win. Okay, let's just say India win the series 3-2, which I'm not ruling out at the moment, given how badly Australia are playing. I'm not ruling that result out by any stretch of the imagination.
Yeah.
If Australia lose that 3-2, they've got to win 2-0 in Sri Lanka. And if they win 1-0 or draw 1-1, then that's India and South Africa in for the final.
Yeah.
So
It
I
sounds like a
mean,
lovely
you can
story.
imagine what's going on. You can imagine what's going on in the Australian, you
Oh,
know.
there
So
is one
yeah,
thing though. If that
yeah,
tour is in Sri Lanka,
Hmm.
Sri
it's in
Lanka
Sri
could
Lanka.
they could pull an India, they could put turning tracks on, and Australia is screwed.
Of course, I agree with that. But Yuvi, I
Yeah.
wanted to bring up something with you. England, for all the, if England didn't have such a bad overrate during the Ashes, they lost about 19 points. So they could have been up this table a bit more. So England have themselves to blame. I don't know if you agree with me, Yuvi, on that one.
I'd say beginning of this year, I was looking at England to win the WTC. Simple as that.
Wow, that's quite bold. You concur with that, Avish?
Look, I just, as I alluded to earlier, I think they're good. They're a good side,
Uh
but
huh.
they're just too inconsistent. If you look at the results,
Mm.
then I mean, they play more Test matches than any other nation in the world. More Test
Yeah,
matches,
along with
and
Australia.
20
And
Test
India.
matches.
Yeah.
India as well. I mean, look at SA. I mean, only nine. That's not good. That's not good enough. That's not good enough.
Yeah.
I think SA needs more Test cricket,
Yeah.
and
Well,
I think if they get more Test cricket,
it's working for them. It's got them to second spot.
definitely. No, no, no. You
It's
know what?
working for them. It's got them to second
I
spot.
I I will take it. I will take it for this Test cycle. Absolutely.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
less
Yeah.
the better. But I think
Hmm.
going forward,
Yeah. Yeah.
I hope SA plays a lot more Test cricket. Yeah, I mean, if you look at England, 20 played 20, won 10, lost 9, drew 1.
Hmm.
So they don't do a lot
Hmm.
of draws. Sir. England don't
Hmm.
do a lot of draws. They play very high risk cricket, and I think
Yeah.
that high risk cricket is probably kind of been to their downfall because I mean, let's
Hmm.
be honest, when they won that first test against Pakistan, where they scored about 800 plus, would
Hmm.
you have given Pakistan any chance of coming back and winning that series, sir? Let's be honest.
Honestly, I think if they kept preparing roads, no. But if I knew Pakistan prepared good spinning tracks for them, I thought they could be into the series. So I think they made the right decision for once.
Yeah, but I mean, look at the way England played spin bowling. I mean, okay, those guys, Sajid and Noman, I mean, they're okay. I mean, they're all right.
Hmm.
They're good spinners. But I mean, this is spin bowling, guys. Just
Hmm.
play it. Just play it. I mean, how has England become so bad at spin bowling?
Good
You know?
question. You've kind of,
So yeah, they have themselves to blame, no doubt about it. But
of course.
if you look at Jimmy Anderson's comments about the tests with WTC having too
Hmm.
many unwanted games and all, I feel it's a bit premature and a bit cocky from Jimmy Anderson to make
Yeah.
those kind of comments because I mean, look at England. Ever since the
Hmm.
WTC started to take place, they haven't really shown any interest in getting to the final. It was all about the Ashes, building up to the Ashes, building up to the Ashes. They've
Hmm.
done it for so long,
Hmm.
and sometimes it backfires on them. So, I mean, we don't know what's going to happen next year in Australia with regards to that Ashes. But
Uh-huh.
if they don't win that Ashes next year, given all the investment that's gone into this baseball kind of style of
Hmm.
play and stuff, and bringing so many different players into the mix, I think they'll be really disappointed if they don't beat Australia in Australia next year. That's just my opinion,
Yeah. Yeah. Sounds
because they
good.
don't seem to value the other. They don't seem to value when they're playing against the other teams. So that's just my opinion.
Okay, guys, we'll go to the final segment here if that's okay with you. Well, Yuvi, what were your thoughts on the IPL auction here, man? You can see the retained players for SRH, Clausen, Cummins, and what were your thoughts on it, man? On the players they got here, Yuvi?
Not bad. I like it. Mm,
Yeah, this is
yeah.
for.
Um, it makes sense. I mean, it's logical. They've retained a lot of big stars. Uh, there seem to be some youngsters there, which is not a bad thing. And yeah, it's all good.
Okay, and you, Avish, what were your thoughts, man, on SRH's selections here?
Yeah, I think they do some good business. I think they do some good business. I agree with UV with regards to you know the buys that they've got brought in. I mean, Bryce Cass. I mean, the guy that took 10 wickets in New Zealand. I think
Hmm.
he's going to be very exciting to see how he performs in the IPL. So yeah, I mean, just this out there. Who do you which franchise do you think has done the best business? Because I mean, uh, this is obviously a conversation for another day. But just in a
that's
nutshell,
true.
just in general, who do you think did the best business?
Honestly, it's a
Maybe we
hard.
should
Oh,
just
sorry.
go through this first before we answer that.
Yeah. I
Sure.
was going to ask you, your favorite team, RCB. You could see they've retained Patida, Kohli, Patida, and then they have a lot of good play there for the RCB team. I think it's a hard one to say because a lot of the franchises bid it quite well. It's hard to pick and choose here, but I think they have some good players in their team.
Yeah,
I
I
like
think
that.
obviously the one thing with RCB every year is the bowling. The bowling is the thing that hampers them a lot. So I was happy that they
Yeah.
got Hazelwood because I think Hazelwood brings a lot of control to this bowling lineup. But in terms of
And
the
Bhuvneshwar.
batting looks quite exciting. I mean, full salt. That is, I'm sorry, Sid. I know that he left KKR.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry about that. But
Hmm.
yeah, I think that's a good signing for 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 RCB. Tim David,
Hmm.
Livingston, you've got power. You've got
Mm.
power in the batting here. There's some serious firepower in the batting. Krunal
Mm,
Pandya, in terms of all-round ability, yeah, he's a handy cricketer as well. Eh? I think they've done some. I think they've done some good business in this IPL. IPL auction,
mm.
RCB.
I like
Okay.
this for one reason specifically.
Uh-huh.
Yes,
Uh-huh.
Dale.
Okay.
Yes, Dale.
Yeah,
Very talented
he
left
was
arm
one of the
seamer.
retained players. Yeah,
Mm,
very
Okay. You.
underrated for some reason.
mm.
He's very underrated for some reason. I kind of like him.
Okay, Yuvi, your quick thoughts on Rajasthan Royal. I can see they've retained a lot of good players, and I can see they went with.
Archer, Hitmar. Uh,
Oh, look, they got the
I like it.
13-year-old here. Oh, yeah, look, they got the 13-year-old here in the squad, Surya Vanchi. I'm quite excited by him, but I don't know if he'll be allowed to
I
play.
like
That's the only
it.
problem. Yeah.
Yudhvir Singh, not bad. Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. No, I like that. I like Nitish Rana. Yeah. Mm.
Tikshan
Deshpande.
is good.
Mm. But I like Jofra Archer. That I like.
Hmm.
Mm.
What about you, Avish?
That is absolutely incredible what you just said, sir. I mean, a 13-year-old. That is crazy. That is absolutely crazy. I mean, a 13-year-old getting an IPL contract. I mean, this is the power of the IPL. Eh? It can make dreams
Hmm.
come true. Don't you agree, guys? Don't
Yeah.
you agree?
Definitely. Definitely.
The IPL can make dreams come true. I mean, if you look at the stories of IPL players, I mean, there were so
Uh-huh.
many IPL players that escaped poverty
Mm-hmm.
because they've been bought by these
Venture
franchises
franchises.
and amazing. I mean, the corporates are actually investing in cricket. And I think
Mm-hmm.
it's a shame, it's an indictment on the game in SA as well, where the corporates are not
Mm.
really investing in cricket in this country. It's a real shame because we've got some major companies in this country, the likes of Toyota, MTN, Discovery Health,
Mm. Mm.
um,
Yeah.
Standard Bank. I mean, those major corporates, they need to start, putting the money where it belongs and start, you know, investing in the youth, and that's the only way you can get it. You can build a formidable cricket team because everything starts at grassroots level. So I mean, Indian cricket is going to be strong for a very long time because of what they've been doing in the
But Avish,
IPL. So
Avish, what's your thoughts on Punjab, eh? Because you know Punjab always going all out because they really like to dump their players and they end up buying new players. If you look at the squad, it's quite good here for Punjab.
yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, Marco Janssen, Marcus Stoinis. I mean, Stoinis is obviously a T20 specialist.
Mm-hmm.
Lockie Ferguson, Omar Zai, Glenn
Ferguson.
Maxwell
Oh,
returning
good.
to Punjab.
Mm-hmm.
I think they've done a really good job, eh? And obviously
Mm.
Arshdeep, who I think is the best swing bowler in the world at the moment in terms of
Okay.
swing bowling. I think he's right up there as the best in white ball cricket.
Okay.
He
I
doesn't
mean,
really have the away swinger though,
uh,
does he?
he doesn't, hey,
It
but
all
I think with Bumrah,
it holds its line. It
I
doesn't
think in
swing.
bowling with him and
Hmm.
Bumrah, yeah, I think in bowling with in tandem with Bumrah, I think that's a really formidable pair
Mm.
in white ball cricket. So yeah, Punjab is a side that really underperforms, son. So
Mm-hmm.
I think they'll be a bit disappointed they don't make playoffs this year, given what they've bought here
Do you
in
concur with
this
that? Okay.
in this option. They'll be
Do
I
really
you
like
use?
disappointed.
Sorry?
I like the selections. Can you go down again, Sid? I just want to see something.
Sure.
Yeah. I like that. Okay, Vaishak. Yeah, no, definitely good team.
Got pace as well. Got pace as well. And Lockie Ferguson. There's pace there as well.
Yeah.
Aaron Hardy, another handy cricketer. Yeah. Good side. Good side.
Okay, UV,
Um,
let's.
the
Okay.
the
Sorry.
only real pace there is Lucky. So I'm with Avish on that, but they've got a bunch of guys that hold their line very well. They hold their
Okay.
line and length very well. That's good.
Okay, UV, let's get quickly to your thoughts on Mumbai Indians. I don't know if you like them a lot, but this is who they've retained and this is the team they have. I'm quite happy to see Bolt is back. Bolt has been very, very good for Mumbai Indians. Tilak Sharma, okay, well, he was retained. So Rickleton, Avish's favorite player.
Yeah. Sharma, Putra, Jacobs, Raju, Bauer. Nah. Sorry, no.
So you don't like this team? I mean, UV?
Where's the pace?
Oh, yeah, good point. Oh, Bumrah's there.
Yeah, mid to high 140s. Yeah, pace.
Of course.
Yeah.
Okay, Avish, what's your thoughts on Mumbai?
Yeah, I think Bumrah, there should be a lot of pressure on Bumrah on this. If you look at his bowling attack, not the strongest bowling attack, eh? And I feel there's a lot of Asian players in the side. I don't know if UV agrees with me. There's quite a few
I do,
Asian players in the
actually.
team. Yeah.
I do.
Yeah, I mean Rohit. I mean it's good to see Rickleton get a contract. Lazard Williams. I mean, yeah, but I'm just Tilak Verma is quite exciting. Yeah, I just feel a team. I don't know. I just feel this Mumbai side is not a team that plays together anymore. I just feel it's a team made up of individuals, and they don't have that team kind of ethos in them. You know, there's a lot of egos. There's a lot of egos in this team.
Can I just highlight? Avish mentioned something earlier in the last lineup: swing bowling. They have three of the best swing bowlers in the world in this team.
Okay.
They have three of the best swing bowlers.
Yeah, I mean Bumrah is an absolute champion. I mean we can't deny that.
And Chahar. Bolt and Chahar. Chahar to me swings the ball more than anybody in India.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Trent Bowl as well. I mean, he can be a dangerous bowler on his day. So yeah, they do have a very good bowling attack.
Okay, UV, what's your quick thoughts on LSG? If you look at you see they've retained quite a bit of play there. Puran, Bishnoi, and then you got Avish Khan, Akashdeep, Miller, Abdul Samad, Badoni. Okay, well, those are retained. Moise Khan was retained.
Markram good.
They got Shamar Joe there. He's got pace.
Yeah, he's not bad. No, Shamar, he's gone. Yeah, it's okay, I guess. Yeah. Angarkar. Okay. Yeah, not bad. It's typical LSG, balanced side, capable. I mean, if they all play to form, they can beat anyone on their day. There's no doubt.
Yeah. Hey, look, I'm so happy to see Yadav was actually retained because he's got a lot of pace, eh? Yadav.
Oh, yes. MP. Yeah. Mayank Yadav. That's quick.
I look forward to him. I mean, that's the side that's not bad, eh? If they really perform to potential. I don't know if you concur with that, Avish.
Why did they keep Avish Khan?
Good question. Avish, you have any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think LSG. I mean, they do have a lot of good players, but another thing with them, this is one of the sides that are very inconsistent in terms of results. But Rishabh Pant is a big one for me. I think Rishabh Pant is gonna give them an kind of the edge here in terms of trying to make that playoff. So it's going to be interesting to see what they can do. I think if they play to the potential, they can make a playoff.
Yeah, I agree with that. Okay, sorry, I'm just trying to open this page. But do you think before we go to the next one, do you think Rishabh Pant is going to captain LSG? Because I know KL Rahul is not in that squad.
Most likely.
Okay. Avish, do you concur with that?
Yeah, definitely, most likely.
Okay.
I think the only reason they bought him as well is because you know, they didn't really have a wicket keeper and captain as well. So
Oh yeah, good point.
yeah, so yeah.
Okay, guys, let's get to my favorite team, KKR. Starting with you, UV. What do you got? Yep, my team. Interesting. They've retained the predictable players here. Noreen, Russell, that's pretty well. Varun, RK,
I
Singh,
like that.
Riku Singh. Yeah.
I like
Okay.
that.
Oh, look, they got Nokia. Yeah, they made it to my team. I'm quite happy
All right.
about that.
Nokia, Rana.
Yeah,
Nice.
Rana's
There's some
good.
pace, yeah. There's some pace, yeah. Yeah.
I think Umran Malak is there your favorite bowler.
Umran.
Yeah, I like my team at the moment. Although I don't know if KKR pitcher, they'll have to prepare some really spicy pitches with this kind of bowling attack there. Yeah.
Sid,
Yeah.
I'm KKR for this season.
Yeah. Avish, do you concur with us?
Guys, I mean, still a dangerous team for me, eh? Okay. If you look at it, they've kept the core bowlers. I mean, the likes of Varun and I think the one thing with KKR gives them the edge is they've got those mystery spinners, Chakravarti and Narayan, and those guys caused havoc last year with the bowling batting attacks. You know, they really clean up some batting lineups. So that will make them dangerous. Yeah, this is a dangerous side, man. I mean, even though they've let go of a few players, I can still see them making playoffs.
Okay, Yuvi, your quick thoughts on Gujarat Titan, another team I like, but okay, you see,
I'm so pissed off at them right now.
Why?
Rashid Khan, Shubman Gill, Prasid, Rabada. I'm leaving. This is no longer my team. I'm sorry.
Why? Why are you pissed off at them?
They don't have pace. They don't have pace.
No, they got Rabada. They got
Rabada's not fast. He's a medium pacer.
Okay. All right. Avish, do you concur with UV's thoughts?
Yeah, I agree. I think the bowling attack is a bit weak here, man. Okay. I mean, KG is a very accurate bowler, but I don't think he has express pace. Mohammad Siraj is an interesting one for me. I just feel Siraj is a bit too expensive in T20 cricket for some reason. Kutsia, he's a bit erratic.
Yeah.
Look, I think their batting is fine. It's just their bowling. I think their bowling is a bit weak.
Well, they got Rashid, but I mean, one guy doesn't make a bowling attack.
Okay, all right. UV, let's get to your thoughts on Delhi Capitals. We're nearly toward the ending touches here. Okay, Akshar Patel was retained. Kuldeep Yadav was retained. Stubbs was retained. Your favorite player, your favorite Magurk there, UV?
Magurk, yeah. Mukesh, okay. Well, not bad. Faf, nice. Pereira, I like. Okay. Chamira, not bad. Nair, okay. Nalkande, good. Yeah, I don't see them getting to the playoffs, but they'll cause a few upsets.
So you say that they'll be party poopers?
They will be. They've got the players to do the odd upset. They've got that. Yeah.
You concur with that, Avish?
Bowling is a bit of a problem for me with this team, the bowling. Yeah, I do think they can be party poopers, but it's just the bowling as well.
Okay. Oh, well, I must admit, they don't have bad bowls. They got Stark, they got Natarajan. So, I mean, even though we may be writing them off, it depends. I guess if other teams just switch off their brains, then yeah, they might be players on that basis, maybe.
When somebody says to me they got Stark, I say they got pensioners.
That is so bad, man. Okay. All right, guys, we'll get to the last team finally, and this is Chennai. I'll start with you, Avish. What's your thoughts on their team? They've retained Jadeja, Gaikwad, Patirana, Dubey, and they got some nice, interesting play there. Avish, what's your thoughts? Avish, you there?
He's frozen, I think.
Okay, Yuvi, you can give us your thoughts then on Chennai.
I like the fact that Nagar Kochi's there. I like Huda. I like Dhoni, obviously. Tripathi. Strong batting lineup. Good all-rounders. Noor Ahmad. What a spinner. Oof.
Class, yeah.
Patirana, not bad for pace and reverse swing. Okay. Once again, let's call it party poopers. Definitely. Yeah.
So you don't think they'll make playoffs?
No.
Okay, let's see where Avish has gone to. Okay, I think he's disappeared. Okay. Oh, I think, yeah, he's disappeared from us, man.
He don't like us no more.
No, I think his internet let him down. But
Okay.
yeah, no, but I think but then tell me something, UV, out of the teams, out of the mega auctions, who do you think did the best?
KKR, no doubt. KKR.
Okay, let me okay, all right. Oh, shame, man. I was just saying a few minutes, but phone needs charging. But then who do you think is going to join KKR in the finals? I know it's early days, so I can't actually even ask you that.
KKR final against.
Yeah.
I'd say it'd be RCB for a change. Yeah, KKR RCB. Yeah, final.
And with KKR hopefully winning it.
Yeah, no. This year they've got Umran Malik. They're gonna win. Yeah.
You really love Umran Malik, don't you?
Best fast bowler in the world.
In terms of pace-wise, not in terms of accuracy, because he's really erratic, man.
He is erratic, but that's what a fast bowler is supposed to be.
No, but Dale Steyn was fast and he was mostly accurate. Although at the beginning he was quite erratic, though, Dale Steyn. He started erratic and then he improved with his accuracy.
Dale Steyn's the guy that coached Umran Malik in his first season. And he said, watch this guy. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, sorry, I'm just waiting for Avish. Yeah, man. Yeah, okay. Let's see something else. Oh, you have any so any topics you would like to bring up in cricket that I haven't touched on? I know we covered up quite a lot actually.
I think we need to actually look at certain controversial issues maybe. One is the fast bowlers selection, leaving them out. This player contract thing that's needs to be revised, that kind of thing. The way the structure of the Test Championship is. I mean, let's face it. No offense. I mean, South Africa have done well to get to where they are. But you play that few matches and you could make the final. It doesn't make sense to me. Yeah, there's a lot of things.
Yeah. In fact, I was telling Avish that we should have a Test Cricket World Cup. And I was saying, for example, we could host it because we have such good weather conditions. Even if you have eight matches playing, and even if you have 8 matches playing at the same time, it's not like everyone is going to watch every single one of those matches. For example, if you have Afghanistan against, let's say, Australia with due respect, it's not going to. Okay, let's say not Australia, Afghanistan against New Zealand, no one's going to go watch that match. So, and you don't have to have every match televised. So you can have 8 matches playing at the same time. That way you can get all the fixtures done within a particular time frame. So I think we should have a Test Cricket World Cup.
Sure,
and at least every team. And I think every team will get a chance of playing each one another. At least every team would have played 10 test matches against one another, or maybe 9.
That makes sense to me. Yeah.
And you could host it either in India or South Africa, although it would be nice to have it in SA, but maybe it might probably happen either in Dubai or India.
Hosted in Australia with a bunch of green tops.
Oh, God. I don't... Yeah, you could do that. I think a variety of pitches may not be a bad thing. But the problem with green tops is that it could make the administrators very upset because they'll have very short matches. So I think you will get green top, but they don't need to be overly green. They could be pitches that will start green and then they'll flatten up a little bit, really, but it'll turn. So those are generally good pitches.
Guess so, yeah.
Yeah, man. Sorry, I'm just waiting for Avish.
Otherwise, I must be honest. I think my battery is about to die, so I may run off as well because I've got to get
all right.
home.
Oh, sure. Okay, in that case, Yuvi, I will let you go. It's great having your thoughts. We've crossed the hour mark, so thanks for your time, man. Hopefully, I'll catch you next week.
All right. Take care, bro. Ciao.
Take care, man.
Tell Avish I said bye. Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Ciao. Bye.
All right. Okay. Okay, guys, thanks so much for your time watching. Take care and God bless.